What are the main news of the Juncker plan, if we can stress exactly these news?
Yeah. Well, the main news of the Juncker plan is that, first of all, that EFSI is fully operational now. So the European Fund for Strategic Investment, it's fully operational. The investment committee has been appointed, and the projects are being analyzed and supported on a constant basis. In fact, there are more than 45 billion already handed over to final beneficiaries or signed under this window on infrastructure and innovation. The other good news of the Juncker plan is that the investment portal, which is another tool that I would like to highlight, is going to be operational probably since the beginning of March. So all the project promoters with projects of a minimum size of 10 million euros, they can use this facility in the project portal to become visible for foreign investors and to attract private capital.
What's going to change about the application procedure for farmers?
Yeah. Well, the farmers, they can always directly request financing in a bank, in the local bank, which has previously been supported by EFSI. So the farmer individually, they can always try to get access to this finance through the local bank. So the EIF, the European Investment Fund, has agreement with a lot of financial intermediaries. This information is public in the website. So our advice would be first to contact these local banks and to get information from the investment plan from these financial intermediaries. Secondly, if it's a group of farmers, if it's a cooperative, or if it's any other sort of combination of projects or individual farmers, but under the same umbrella, they can go directly to the EIB to get one of these big loans, minimum 25 million euros. And finally, another possibility that we want to stress from DG Agri is the investment platforms. So there is this possibility for, especially for existing networks, for existing stakeholders, that they can receive support from EFSI, and they are the ones that can create this umbrella for financing individual farmers or individual projects. So this is one way to get EFSI up and running, and from the existing stakeholder and the organization and from the existing networks in agriculture.
What kind of projects are more likely to be granted?
Well, the projects, first of all, they have to be bankable, so they have to be ready to attract private capital, so to crowd in private resources, not only public money. There have to be a minimum size, so for example, for the first window on innovation infrastructure, the minimum size is 25 million euros, but for the SME window there can be small projects which in this case it would have to go through the financial intermediaries, but they can obtain also support from EFSI even though they're small. So under agriculture we have 5 sectors that we think that the opportunities can be developed. So first is the bioeconomy and circular economy, the precision farming. We also think that the broadband projects are very likely to be supported, and the coverage in rural areas. Access to finance is another big opportunity. And finally, water infrastructure and water works and irrigation investments in rural areas and at farm level.
Does the Juncker plan foresee any special possibility for young farmers?
Well, not specifically. There is no such priority for young farmers, although well, the young farmers starting up their own business, their own farm, or diversifying or getting involved in the farming sector, these are typically SME support, SME startup support, and this can use or make full use of the second window, the SME window, which is managed by the European Investment Fund. And as I said before, they can simply go to one of the financial intermediaries in the country that has signed an agreement with the EIF.